Imagine you're walking down the street and a strange-looking outfit catches your eye. The person you see has a dark ensemble of spiked hair, a studded leather jacket, and combat boots. You may wonder, why are they wearing that? The answer may be deeper than you think. If you're interested in activism, music, or fashion, you're interested in a core piece of the punk movement. I've been personally involved in alternative music, alternative fashion, and activism for the past 6 years, so I was more than excited to dive headfirst into the origins of punk. What is punk? Punk's fashion and music are hard to define, but generally, a punk attitude is one that rejects socially regressive. The main vocalist of the popular 70s band Alice and the Bags, quote, "The DIY ethic, the challenge to the status quo, the confidence to discover your power are all part of a punk attitude." American and British punk started in the late 60s to early 70s, but we'll start with the American side. The American punk movement started in New York, where people opposed mainstream musicians' elitist attitudes as well as the poor economic conditions of the time. One popular band of the time was the New York Dolls, who challenged gender norms with their style and sang nihilistic lyrics such as, quote, "Everybody's gonna put you down and my life's been cursed, poisoned, and condemned." Malcolm McLaren, a prominent British music manager, the UK's punk movement was just taking off, and he returned to the UK, where he managed the Sex Pistols, a group of working-class antagonistic British teenagers who sang anti-fascist, pro-anarchy songs, while sporting a punk attitude and style. Malcolm McLaren became romantic and business partners with Vivienne Westwood, a now infamous punk fashion designer. They opened the London-based store Let It Rock in 1971, which sold punkwear and fetish wear, and became a huge part of the British punk movement. McLaren and Westwood separated, but Vivienne continued designing under her own name. Her pieces were not only punk-looking, but aligned with punk's messaging by being anti-fascist, openly sexual, and pro-social justice. According to the Met Museum, punk's fashion can be ripped, political, spiky, and shocking. It also has roots in upcycling, which is when you take old clothing or materials to create something new. Punk is more than fashion or music, though. Actions and attitudes are what truly make someone punk. Even after gaining mass amounts of fame and notoriety, in Vivienne Westwood's memoir, she said, quote, "I didn't see myself as a designer, but someone who wished to confront the rotten status quo. I cared about the world being corrupt, people suffering, wars, all these terrible things." Westwood's punk attitude also made her anti-royalty. So when she received the Order of the British Empire, which rewards major contributions to the arts and sciences, she wore no underwear to show her disrespect and protest towards Queen Elizabeth II, as well as the entire royal family who were with her at the rewarding ceremony. Vivienne Westwood's designs included men's and women's wear, which were worn interchangeably to show that punk fashion wasn't limited by gender. In fact, much of punk's fashion was androgynous. Patti Smith, a popular 70s punk singer, said, quote, "People should be more concerned with the work people do than the gender of their clothing." The rebellious attitude of punk also let young women feel like they could be angry, loud, aggressive, and not conform to societal beauty standards. The 70s punk band X's main vocalist was Exene Cervenka, who According to Sharon Becker, a professor of women's studies at Towson University, quote, made real the possibility that angry women and women who rejected mainstream notions of beauty were real women, and that punk could be a mode of pushing back against a culture that ignored girls who wanted to be something other than normal. No matter your gender, your fashion, your music taste, anyone can be punk. You just have to have punk attitudes, beliefs, and opinions. You've now learned about punk's origins, its core messages, and some of the icons who pushed it forward. So the next time you see a punk outfit or hear a punk song, remember that there might be a deeper meaning below the surface. Thank you.